It's been a long day.
Still long day.
Still a long day.
It's been a long one.
Long week.
Long week.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. So it's Saturday. We're doing a late pod.
Late pod?
Yeah. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves to everybody?
Jessie, just came here for the chicken, stayed for the podcast.
Marco.
Yeah, I'm Franco Garcia. Same here. Came for the chicken and the good times.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
the chicken's crazy.
Yeah, the chicken's really good.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It was
It's
very,
really
very
good. Like, it's really good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's all due to her. She's the star of the
Oh
show.
my God. I just don't understand. That's the thing I wanted to ask you before, or talk to you about, is how does something so, not that like Lefroy doesn't like deserve something like this, you know, but it's like, how did you guys decide to do this here? Like Lefroy out of anywhere, you know what I mean? This is like comparable to like, I don't know, man. Like it's so good.
Yeah. And we're really in a kind of a tough location too, because it's like we're kind of at the end of Lefroy. You know, it's kind of like in
By
the
the
middle,
railroad tracks.
at the end of the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a risk. It was very risky at first, but Chenny's the star. She turned a failing restaurant that's passed down through many hands.
Oh,
And
no way.
she turned it around and made her own recipe and her own menu, and she's killing it. She works every day.
Yeah,
Every
7 days a week.
That's 7 days.
Days a week.
We were talking about that on the drive-in today because I used to work in the restaurant industry,
Yeah,
and
yes.
it is like
Oh, yeah.
another family almost. Like it just demands your time constantly. But we're both artists outside of our work.
Yeah.
And when you love something, it's great to do it. Do you know what I mean? Even if it demands a lot out of you.
Yeah, it is quite draining. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really one of the restaurant. Like I'm a tool and die maker by trade.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so like joining my wife into the restaurant business was kind of like, oh man, like I have no idea what I'm doing. So that started the whole podcast thing, all the fun stuff that's come out of this restaurant is like me going, I don't know what to do with myself like right now. Like I'm
But that's so
useless here.
rad that you just started a podcast too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you would never expect that, you know? And I think that's like, I remember my wife ordered it for the first, whatever, ordered it. We got it, tasted it. I was like, what the hell? Where is this? She's like, it's in Lefroy. So then I came down here the day after to get like more. And and then I saw the thing for the YouTube. And I was like, they have a podcast too? Like,
Yeah.
and it just felt like something really genuine, you know,
Yeah.
like people just experimenting, doing their thing, and just not really adhering to any kind of like
Normalcy.
normalcy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that like throughout, I don't know, my life, I guess, I meet more people like that or read more stories like that, like great people that do crazy shit. They do shit that is not normal,
Yeah.
you know?
But like for me, like I started the pod because I wanted to spend more time with my wife, and
Sick.
seeing her in the kitchen, like before I joined the kitchen, I never saw her. I never got to see her. She was always at work, and then she would work mad hours until she'd come home at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, we were just talking. He was just talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, how am I going to spend time with her? Like, how am I going to actually sit down with her and actually talk about stuff that may matter or just have some fun with her? And the pod was kind of like the solution to that. And then it also brought our customers and us closer together. Like, you know, through having the pod and guests on the show, we've built friendships through that. And, you know, it's been a good experience so far. So,
Well, it's very cool. Like when we came in here, it was like this place just kept unwrapping itself like a gift. You know what I mean? It's like you walk in and we're like, you smell it. And then you see like, you know, go to the menu and you get your food and whatever. And then you start walking towards the back. We instantly saw the games. And we started talking. It's like, oh, I love games. And it's like, yeah, me too. And then, you know, you got this golf thing here and all these things going on. And we're like, oh, this is really cool. Then you see the lights and then the guitars. and then it's like, oh, we do a podcast out of here too. It's like,
You guys want to be on the podcast?
all of this
We're
tucked
like, what?
into this space just over here.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't expected. I was just promised really good Korean fried chicken, and it
Yeah,
turned
man, it's
into
good.
all of this stuff. It's like,
It's good.
I definitely like the energy that's going on with all this. Just the trying things.
Yeah, trying to like the thing is like we really wanted our guests because like the kitchen's really small and Chenny's really the only cook and I'm kind of like I'm helpful sometimes but not that helpful. So the
you
games
really help me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
A lot.
Thank you.
Everything is all of them. All of the thing is his idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the games were like kind of like how do we get people to be distracted while she's working 10 orders at once.
Oh right.
So it was like it was one of those things where it was like I needed to come up with a solution to have it because we had a few guests get upset and then walk out because they had to wait like 40 minutes because the wait time's so long once we like booming time, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
10
yeah.
orders, one cook, limited size kitchen. So I'm like, how am I going to solve this problem where people get frustrated for waiting? And I'm like, well, if we have games, then it's not like it's on you now to either like get or like yourself into something or just sit there bored, right? So the games were all about that. And in the future, like they have the new Switch 2 coming out,
Oh damn.
and I'm gonna get that.
I've heard
for
that
the
thing's
bar.
crazy expensive.
It is, and that's one of the other things. Like,
What's up with that?
Yeah. I
What's
don't
up
get
with
the
that?
pay and then
they
invest it.
yeah, like I literally just take my paycheck and put it into investing into the restaurant right now. Like
Yeah,
I don't take a pay. We don't take any money out of the restaurant. We're just trying to like build the restaurant right now. And like
I mean, that's what I feel like. That's kind of what it's all about. Like
Yeah.
when you're doing something, from the beginning, you just do that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like I just thought, like a bit of a background or whatever. Like,
yeah, sure.
or I
let's
don't
hear
know,
it.
whatever. Like,
Tell us who you are.
so I'm a carpenter now.
Okay.
But I was a photographer for like 20 years before that.
Ooh.
So then when I started, I just kind of had a little bit of a, not like a mental breakdown or anything, not by any means, but like I was kind of over the whole like I don't know, man, like being part of this like weird machine that's like you're taking pictures for like
He was a
makeup-
fashion photographer.
for like
to give it some
makeup and
context,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
And
yeah.
like, yeah, it was really cool.
So how long did you do the photography for?
For like 20 years, I think.
Was it 20? Sorry, I wasn't paying
Sorry.
attention.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm the same way, dude. It's like,
So 20 years,
Yeah.
and you're taking pictures of like models for
Yep.
makeup and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or
yeah, like
Wow.
full models,
Clothing,
campaigns,
everything.
clothing.
Wow.
Yeah, like, yeah.
So you're around some of the most beautiful people.
I mean, I don't know if like the most. You
Yeah.
know, it
Yeah.
wasn't like in Canada. I definitely like did a lot of shooting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe not like the biggest stuff, but like I did some pretty big stuff with all the other photographers that were out there doing their thing. You know,
Right.
and so then so I did that. I lived in New York. I met my wife in Canada, and we lived in New York and did that there. Moved back to Canada. Blah 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 blah. And but then like the switch to carpentry, like
That's such
Going-
a huge switch.
I mean,
man.
it is,
That's
but my
massive.
dad was in construction.
Okay,
my
so
dad
you
is
had
still
some-
in construction.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was like helping my dad pour basements when I was like 9 years old,
Mm.
like in Mississauga, Oakville. Like we moved around like Toronto, Oakville, Mississauga, Oakville.
Chile.
And Chile in between that for like 8 years.
Oh
And then-
yeah. So you guys have been friends for a long time.
Yeah, he's the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Indeed.
Oh wow.
When did you-
We used to. He was the photographer in my band when we first met.
Oh, you had a band.
Band?
Yeah, we used to have a band in Oakville, and he was such a great personality and so much fun to be around that our good friend Mike was just like, listen, he doesn't play music, but he has to be there and be part of all this.
Yeah.
So he was like our sixth member, and he did everything with us.
Yeah, it was wicked.
It was
That's
amazing.
cool.
That's where I got my first camera. Or not my first camera was my dad. He gave me his camera. But like Noel, who's like another buddy of ours,
Yep.
gave me his mom's Canon point and shoot and was like, you should take pictures of us.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah, dude, like I just want to hang out with you guys and listen to the music you're playing, so I'll take pictures. And from that, the story's kind of weird and crazy, but
Yeah, yeah,
it was
go on.
essentially that.
But we played together. We did tours, and then
Yep.
when he moved out, I moved into the apartment above him. So
Yeah.
we were like neighbors for a very long time.
Yeah, we're like
Oh.
homies,
Yeah.
like brothers,
Homie,
man.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling. I mean, a
Yes.
lot of my
It is.
homies, like I kind of fell out of with and stuff. So it's cool to see guys like who've hung on to that for such a long time, like you guys. Like it's so rare to like be homies for that long. Like how many years would you guys say you?
I don't know, man. Like 2000.
Like probably 2000 even, or maybe 99. So
No, I moved to Canada and I moved back to Canada in 99, 2000, like
I started playing
2002.
No, 2000, because that's when I started playing with the guys.
Okay, so 2000.
Wow.
25
Ooh.
years.
Yeah,
24
no,
years.
it's yeah. We've been through the shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I've been
Yeah.
As
I've met his
friends, you
family,
know.
gone to
Like,
Yeah.
Chile, and
yeah, like he's gone to Chile. Like my whole family knows him. Like
Yeah.
he's
Right. Like brothers.
yeah, like
Yeah.
brothers.
For sure.
Better than brothers.
Like
By
my
choice.
like my brother is like Jesse's like our brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
That's cool.
yeah, and I don't know, but like going back to what you were saying, like putting all your money into the business, or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So like, just personally, like with the carpentry thing, right?
Mhm.
It was like starting from like zero. You know what I mean? Because you're like making money, doing the thing. I had 20 years in it, so like after 20 years in one business, you'd think you'd be like pretty, you know, making good money or whatever that
Yeah.
means, you know. To going to like less than half that and starting from zero. You know?
Yes.
And in Perry Sound.
At what time, like how old were you when you changed careers?
42.
At 42?
At 41, 42.
41,
yeah.
42, you changed careers.
I'm 45 now, so
Okay.
not even 3 years ago.
You got a phone call.
Yeah, I got a
So
phone
Cheney's
call.
got an
So
order.
really,
We're
yeah.
actually live right now.
No.
We're
Oh, we
working.
got an order.
Cheney's going to go take an order right now.
Yeah,
So
I know
Thank
you're
you.
over. I can see you
she
on the
will
podcast.
be out of the podcast for now. Bye. So yeah, so that's interesting. So like I changed my career too. I was in construction.
No way.
Yeah, I was a house painter.
No
and then,
way.
yeah, when I was 26, 27, I changed my career and started pursuing tool and die making.
No way.
Yeah, so it was I kind of know what that's like, where you take a huge pay cut. Like I was
Yeah.
making a pretty decent wage construction, and then I started tool and die machining for $11.20 an hour.
For sure, dude.
You know, and it was a big cut. It was a huge cut.
It's a
on
huge
my pay.
cut. Yeah.
And you just pursue it and hoping for like the change of life for happiness and stuff, right?
For sure, man. And it's like that attitude of like it's like blindly going into something you just believe in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's like you're the only one that believes in it.
Yeah.
You know, except
Yeah.
for like
Your wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she believes in it for sure, but she's like, when are you gonna start making more money, dude? You know?
Right.
But she's amazing, dude. Like she's held it together for our family. Like it's wicked, you know. Like, but it's like everything that I make, it goes back into like. And now after working for a couple of years, I want to start doing my own thing. You know what I mean? So like, I started doing my own thing. I put my name out there like on the Alcona Chats.
Okay.
thing,
So
you know what I mean?
how do we find you on a corner?
It's North Carpentry Projects.
Okay.
So if you just go on Instagram at North Carpentry Projects,
We can find you.
you can find me at North Carpentry Projects.
So what is some of your specialties?
So
that
it's
you
like
work
finished carpentry, like hanging doors, doing all the trim, baseboard, all like wall paneling, all that kind of stuff. I got the opportunity to work in Toronto with some like pretty high-end dudes, and they taught me a lot of stuff. And working in and framing too. It's like, I don't know, man. Like now I build houses, or like I help build houses on our crew from basically the foundation up in Perry Sound.
on? Oh wow. So,
So-
you got hands on with a little bit of everything. Then.
A little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
And I really like the finished work, but it's like I just like working, man. And I
Yeah.
like working with people because I
Yeah.
have that art background too. And you know, everything's a project. Everything's important, man. From like a miter to like wall pat to anything you do to like a foundation, anything you can do. And I'm not saying I'm like, you know, a crazy construction guy or anything, but dude, we were literally talking about this with Jessie
Yeah,
at my
it's
house.
funny how
Or
the overlap with
it's crazy, man. That like carpentry is an art form, man, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like super hard to find people and crews of dudes that like take it fucking seriously, man. That-
Take pride in their work these days.
I
like
think it's
that.
more like take pride, not just like, oh yeah, man. Well, like, no one's gonna see that. or you can caulk that, or you can do this, or you can do that. And it's like, yeah, there's some times when that happens for sure. And I don't want to like speak out of rank because I don't have enough time in the game or whatever. But that's my main thing. And I want to be there's an older carpenter that I learned from for a year. This guy's named Richie McPhee, who's like, you should look that guy up. He's a pretty crazy dude. Yeah. That's like a whole other podcast episode on like his family and Perry Sound, Magneto One. It's crazy. But like, he just was always like, just work hard, man. Work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, and take pride in your work because your reputation is the thing that people are going to call on, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a skill. Like I know, like even like when I step away from anything that I enjoy and I go back into it, it's like, like I feel that edge gone. You know what I mean? And it's something that you got to maintain and do every day to get to that point where you are super good at it and everybody wants it. You know what I mean?
Like go ahead.
Like I was just saying, like Chenny's food is a perfect example of that.
Chenny?
Yeah, well,
not Jenny.
Jenny.
Oh.
I call her.
Oh, you go.
Name.
Okay.
So Jenny, yeah, she's amazing. So she's one of those people that does it every day.
Yeah, man.
And you taste it when you eat her food. It's every day. She's on that, and she's perfected it. She's like mastered it, and she's maintaining it. And it's like one of those things where I think people that come to the restaurant are very fortunate to have somebody who's working that every day. Because like even if you go to other restaurants, like we went to Boston Pizza for her birthday and stuff, and the food was good, but it wasn't like exceptional, you know. And it was good. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was just one of those things where it was like, man, I see why people talk about your food the way they do. You know what I mean?
And that's the difference maker, right?
Yeah, and it was a nice experience to go out and see somebody else, like go to another restaurant and like, you know, because we're here all the time, so it was a good experience. But yeah, so you guys, what are you guys into for movies? You guys, what kind of entertainment do you guys like? What have you seen lately for movies?
Oh man, this is gonna be crazy.
Well, my kid is he's 11 right now, and he's really loving classic action movies.
Okay.
So we've been
Sick.
able to do this sort of like dip backwards and
Oh.
go back into all the movies of my childhood. He's really into Van Damme, which I didn't expect. But he's
I'm
just,
a big fan of Van Damme.
Yeah,
we just
man.
watched Lionheart.
Oh
yes.
my God, Lionheart.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in ages, dude. Like HBO Latino. That's why I think I watched it in fucking Chile, dude. HBO Latino.
Oh, it's so good. And I didn't think that it would be his thing because he's like maybe a bit more gentle. Like he likes a lot of animals and nature and dinosaurs and you know, just he's not into like a lot of the shooting games and stuff like that. But action movies, man, it just hits a chord with him. So
Interesting.
what is it that we're watching next? We just watched the Extraction series. Did you ever watch those two?
Extraction?
Yeah.
I like the first one, obviously. The first one
Yeah.
was the best. And then the second one was kind of like, meh. I see
the
where you're
second
trying
one,
to...
yeah, tried to hit all the same notes as the first
Yeah.
one. But the first one was like, do you ever watch The Raid Redemption?
Raid. Oh, I
my-
love the Raid.
It felt like that, where it's just the action
Yes.
sequences were so well choreographed.
Have you seen Boy Kills World?
No.
Oh, it's right. It's in the same line of those like continuous action flow with great martial artists and stuff. Like it's just that. It's exactly that. It's one of those. It's like something I love. Like I've done martial arts my whole life, so it was one of those things.
What kind of martial arts?
I've done a lot of karate. I've done a lot of boxing, wrestling, MMA, stuff like that. I used to fight every weekend as much as I could.
Yeah,
So you
right.
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
the choreography when you see stuff like that.
Oh,
You're just
yeah,
oh, yeah.
It's one of those things where I watch it, like even when I watch like UFC fighting, which is another thing I want to talk about. We're definitely going to get like a pay-per-view thing
Sick.
in here for UFC fights, try
Yeah.
to pull more people in for that. I think I'm going to put the TV right there because you get all the seats.
That's a good spot.
All the seats can see it at that spot. So I'm going to put my TV there, and I'm going to have pay-per-view events, and then I'm going to have the Nintendo Switch 2 over there, closer to the kitchen.
Nice.
So I'm going to try to pull everybody in. Like that's the idea for this summer, is to get some events going. I'm trying to start a airsoft event thing where I can get people to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of extra gear, I guess you could say. I got an HP. You guys know what airsoft is?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
paintball.
Plastic little pellets.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
pellets, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about having like a Roadhouse KFC event where we go out and play airsoft and then come back to the restaurant and have like some dinner or something.
Oh, sick.
So yeah, I have so many ideas for this place.
Dude,
It's-
and make them happen.
Yeah.
Make them happen, man. I don't know, like, I think it was like, he also gave me a book by David Lynch called Catching the Big Fish.
Catching the Big Fish.
It's such a wicked
It's like
book.
a transcendental meditation type thing.
Okay.
It's all about like creativity and like diving deeper into your mind to be able to get the big creative fish, the big ideas out, right?
Right.
And sometimes if you don't do the thing that's in your head that you want to do, somehow you're like it's going to be manifested into the universe, and if you don't catch it, someone else will, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
It's interesting.
I don't know if that's like the pure message of the book or whatever, but that's essentially it. And that's why, dude, I'm telling you, that's why when I came here and I tried your food, I was like, how the fuck is this in Lefroy, dude?
Yeah.
Like, dude, because I worked for Canada Post too. Like, we were just talking. I worked out of this office a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, dude, this is just like, it's like the train track to this, and that's it, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. And this is such a cool, like, little scene. Like, it's
And
awesome.
I'm not trying to flatter you guys, but it's the best Korean fried chicken I've ever
Swear to
That's
God.
amazing.
had. And we eat a lot
Dude.
of Korean fried chicken. I make Korean fried chicken.
Yeah.
It is way
Yeah,
better
let's
than
talk about you
anything
going to
I've
school
had.
for like culinary,
You went
working
to
in
school for
restaurants.
culinary?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I-
worked in restaurants. Like, dude, he's the
I
man.
did that for a
dude.
long. Same thing. When my kid was young, he had really bad eczema,
Okay.
and my wife's career was taking off, and I was working in restaurants. I was working in the brunch industry, and like I was never there because I was working every weekend.
Yeah.
And she's a writer, and she was just taking off, and I was like, you know what? We can't be on these switch schedules. And I left the restaurant industry and started working at Canada Post because it gave me a little bit of flex hours and more time with the family. But always have a love for food, still cook all the time. And definitely a lot of love for people who do this because I know how much work it is. Like when you tell me that you don't get to see your wife all the time,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's tough like that. And how she does it every day,
Yeah.
you know? But
She's a soldier. Like,
Yeah.
there's times where I'm just like, I'm trying to convince her, like, through the ice storm that we had here, it was pretty bad. And I was like, you know, we should go home. Like, this is crazy. Why are we going to the restaurant? Nobody's going to show up. Right. And then we're like using the wipers, and the wiper froze and then stopped working. Like,
Oh, man.
froze the motor
Yo.
out. So I'm like, oh, man, like,
Yeah.
it's raining ice rain. Can't use the wipers. We should just go home. And she's like, no, we're going to the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, she
'Cause it's
just
so
she
much-
doesn't give up, man.
But
She
dude,
doesn't
it's
stop.
so much cooler to like do the thing that nobody thinks that you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I love working up north so much because like it could be pissing rain outside, and if you're framing a house, you just got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you figure out a way to like eat lunch under a tree or like whatever the hell is gonna go on, and like you're getting there at the job site with like minus 32, dude, and you're putting on siding, and your fingers hurt. But yo, the jokes are like flowing.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time. And whatever, you know, and it's in those experiences where you find like the good stuff.
Yeah,
You know, like the hardships is where you find that really good stuff.
it's true. Yeah,
I guess, I
I
don't
can't
know.
believe like I did framing. I was like did a little
Yo.
bit of roofing and framing in the
Yeah,
winter
man.
time. That job, I don't know how those guys do that job.
And
It's
for the amount of
terrifying.
money that they
Yeah,
get
it's
paid,
not
homie.
enough. Like I remember
it's
being
not
up
enough.
on planks that were ice glazed
Yeah,
over,
dude.
and you're walking from plank to plank on the roof trying to like get roofing done.
Yeah.
And it's freezing. There's ice everywhere, and I'm just like, I look at the guys that have been doing it for like their whole like 20 years or 30 years, their whole life, you know, and their hands are just like swollen. You know, they're weathered. They're like, it's kind of a different kind of man. Like if you're out in the environment like that, it changes you.
For
It
sure, man.
definitely changes your genetic code or something where you become thicker, hardier, stronger. Like you become a different you.
It's a different, like, you just make less excuses, man.
yeah.
Like, there's less excuses. And, like,
Less
that's
bullshit.
what I found by working in this thing after I stopped whatever. That changed in me. That I
Yeah.
stopped making excuses, man. And, like, I just stopped making excuses. Like, you like, the house isn't going to build itself, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like
So
yeah, I agree. Like you're more manly when you have more of a manly job. I think.
Yeah.
Like I agree with that. I think
Yeah.
you change. You become more of a man. You become more hardened. You become more like, you know, you can tolerate the small stuff a lot easier because it's not life threatening. It's not nothing really can bother a guy that's out in the freezing cold, 30 feet up, barely hanging on. You know what I mean? Like,
I have difficulty with that though. The small things really do get to me.
they
Sometimes,
still, yeah.
and I'm working on that.
So what kind of small stuff still gets to you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to let that shit go.
Like
man.
what?
I don't know,
what gets
just like the small shit. Dude.
The small
just
shit.
like small shit at home.
Yeah.
You know, and
Stuff that doesn't matter.
I know, dude. It doesn't matter,
But
for some reason, in that moment, it really bothers me. And
yeah.
just,
But
I
if
don't
you can
know.
take a pause and you can get away from the emotions and not react on it,
Yeah.
it will clear away pretty quickly.
Again,
does,
we were
right?
talking about this today at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like I do the same thing where little things bother me, and then when I sit there and I look at like other people going through shit, like other countries and what they have to go through and stuff, and I'm like, man, I gotta tighten up.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. What am I
But
doing?
do you
Like,
sometimes like get like I don't know,
I
man.
turn into a whiny little bitch.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
right? Like
oh,
about the
man.
dumbest shit.
Sometimes I think it's like because I'm getting older, or maybe my estrogen is catching up to my testosterone, and you know
Yeah.
maybe I'm becoming more of a bitch man than a man.
Hey.
Like sometimes I get worried about that, and then I
back.
go to the gym and start pumping iron. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh man, I gotta start growing some muscle. Something's going on here.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
got to go to the gym.
It's a real thing,
I would
man.
like to go back to the gym.
I think because they say like stomach fat has estrogen, a lot of estrogen in it, right? So
Seriously?
yeah. So if you have, if you're fat, you're gonna have more hormone changes. And
No
stuff.
way. Is that real?
I
That's
heard
crazy.
that. Yeah.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
There's a lot of weird shit out there. Like if you're eating certain foods that are high in estrogen too,
Soy.
can make you a little bitchy.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, man. There's some beans and stuff that if you eat it,
What?
it's high in
True,
estrogen.
for sure.
Yeah. So it's
That's
weird.
crazy.
It's like as you get older, you got to be more aware of what you're eating and what
Okay.
you're putting in your body, I think. Yeah.
Oh
Don't
man.
let your muscles wither away.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the good
atrophy
thing
and
with
stuff,
You do
yeah.
lose
Yeah.
testosterone, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're all if you're not taking a testosterone supplement now, or if you're not, then you are becoming more estrogen. So
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
As
Maybe
you
I
get
should
older.
get on that.
Yeah, maybe.
We have
Maybe
a good
we all
friend
should.
that just started doing it.
You
so-
did? You did?
Yeah, we go out for walks a lot and we talk about it. So I've got this sort of firsthand example of someone who's slowly going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Started hitting the gym hard, like harder than most people, like 7 days a week.
Like Van Damme style.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
going for it, you know.
Right.
And just and honestly, it's leveled him out. Before that, he was a bit more
Emotional?
emotional, like in the way that he was a bit more sporadic and like
Who is this?
Mike.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more reactionary and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But now that he's doing it, he's like calm and he's leveled and
Well, physical activity is going to do that for everybody.
Yeah.
Like little kids when they want to put them on Ritalin and shit. It's like,
That's
no,
crazy.
just get them in like martial arts or take them to some
some
sporting
energy.
event.
Yeah. My son
You know
just
what I
got into Taekwondo there at Champs Academy in
Okay.
whatever in Barrie.
Okay.
It's helped him so much, man. Just because
Yeah.
like it's like that it's not an authoritative figure, but it's like, yes, sir, no, sir. Like
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a discipline.
Somebody you can
commitment.
look up to.
Yeah, and like they give him like you need to commit to this and like the idea of commitment. So then like we translated that into like, hey dude, your commitment to me is going to be making your bed every morning. So make your bed every morning. And then I called him on it the other day because
Yeah.
he wasn't doing it for a bit. I was like, yo, what happened to the commitment? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I'll keep doing it. And then the next day, boom, he made the bed, and it's
Nice.
I feel like it's good. I don't know. I could talk about that kind of stuff for a really long
So
time.
Taekwondo,
but-
yeah?
Yeah, he's doing Taekwondo. Yeah.
So how
for
long
sure.
has he been doing it?
A couple months.
Do
pretty
they
sick.
do tournaments?
I don't know.
Okay, if they ask and then if they do put him in and get him competing. Because
okay, cool.
honestly, like I've seen it so many times with people studying martial arts, you get to a certain point where it just becomes like, oh, this is a routine now. Like I see the monotonous of the routine and they get bored.
Yeah,
but
they do
if
a
you
lot
have
of
them
routines
competing,
and stuff.
then you have them going, oh, if they win, great. Then they got to stay on top. If they lose, then it goes, okay, great. Maybe you got to try a little harder. So the tournament part is a crucial piece to the whole component of like saying, where am I? Let me test myself. Let me see, like keep the interest going.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that next level of achievement.
Yeah,
like
because
having
like
that situational importance where it's like failure like is in the moment. It's not just like another class.
Yeah, and not just that, but
Totally.
like the high you get from competing.
Oh, dude.
Like I don't know if any of you guys ever competed in like compact sports or anything like
I
that.
played rugby, pretty high level rugby.
Yeah, so that you get such a high
Oh, dude,
adrenaline
it's-
rush. You get to everything starts slowing down for you. You get your body starts learning about like the high of being like, you know, excited and having all this testosterone and adrenaline going through your body.
Dude, that's totally true, man.
And it's one of those things where like I've always looked at it like because I've mastered my adrenaline through, you know, those intense situations, like drugs don't really do it for me. I would rather be in a situation where my adrenaline's pumping and I'm like
Yeah.
excited and I'm aware and I'm alert than getting drunk or getting high or you know, not to say that I haven't done those things, but it's one of those things where because I started training and competing such a young age,
Yeah,
that
that's
I
true.
compare everything to that high, that endorphin dump of like competing.
Dude, and when you win something, like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's
Crazy. Like, I played rugby since grade 7 and then played it super competitively until 19 or something.
Yeah.
Played for the under 19 Chilean rugby team.
nice.
And, like, broke my leg 2 weeks before going to the World Cup.
Oh no.
Yeah, it sucked. But
Oh,
I know what you mean in
Yeah.
terms of, like, that adrenaline rush.
yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah. It's just it's nothing can
You,
compete. with that.
you can't compare it.
No.
You can't, you can't compare it.
Like I couldn't imagine. Like I didn't play like sports where I had like a team and the camaraderie kind of thing. But like if I can't imagine like having camaraderie and that dump of like adrenaline.
Dude, you know,
endorphins.
so you know what I wish I would have done is played in that band.
Yeah.
Because the adrenaline dump that I saw,
Yes.
And
that's
photographed.
That's a perfect, and that's another big
Dude.
dump,
We were
man.
talking about this over
Having hundreds of
sorry
people.
for keeping saying that, guys, but
Yeah.
dude,
we
it's
keep having
crazy.
these conversations. The like I like to think about it like flow state, right? Like
Yes, I love.
when you're
It was
doing
fucked up,
something
man.
that you have some skill at,
Yes.
and the consequences actually matter. You get into this point where it's just like you're not thinking about it anymore. You're just kind of reacting, and your adrenaline's going, but you're in control. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, just like, yeah. I never thought about being in a band, but that you get that same
Oh my
high. You
God,
got
dude.
all those people watching you. It's
you
the
can't
same
mess
thing.
up, but you can't think about it because if
Yeah.
you think about it, you're going
Right.
to mess up, right?
Right.
So you just need to sort of let go and go with it.
And
It's
you have
like-
to be performance.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's like
the exact
crazy
same
energy
thing.
transfer, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like energy out, energy in,
Yeah.
energy
Yes.
out, energy in. So it's like that whole like energy thing.
Yeah, you're sharing it. I can't imagine
Yeah.
what it'd be like being in a band. That must be crazy.
Like
We had a
crazy.
band for the last 10 years that was sort of a casual thing where we improvised a lot.
Oh, like you, me, and Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And we got so good and knew each other so well that we were writing things on the spot that were very coherent, but we weren't talking about it. We just
Yeah.
knew each other's tendencies.
Yeah.
So we were able to change with each other very naturally, you know what I mean? And I think that like playing live, yeah, being in front of a crowd and having that challenge, but when you have to perform and create something on the spot without talking, it has that same effect where it's just like you're on the edge of a knife. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you
Dude.
can mess up so quickly, but you're also not really thinking about it because
Yeah.
energy in, energy out, things
Exactly.
are going well, and
That's what honestly, that's what the photo game was like
Yeah.
for like 10 years. You know, like the last 10 years, it was just like creative directors, art directors would come up and be like, okay, we have this idea, blah, blah, blah. And then you're put in the situation. Okay, you need to now create instantly original artwork. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. You know?
Yeah, that's tough.
And you're just like shot one, still not done. It's 11:30. Oh my God, we've got 15 more to go. Like, you know, and then the pressure's on, but then life experience teaches you how to deal with all that kind of shit. Being in the band, having a car that wouldn't work, how do we figure this out? All these fixes, you know what I mean? Like, there's an ice storm, but we're still gonna go and make fried chicken, you know? Like,
just working the line alone. Like I'm sure, like
Yeah.
like
in
I
the
don't
previous
know
jobs,
how
you've
you
worked a
do
lot
this
of
job.
lines.
Like, you gotta talk and tell us. Like, well, it's insane. This is so good. Like, I love that
What's-
this is
yeah.
close to my house.
What
Like,
would you say is the hardest part of your day? I mean,
I'm
besides
really-
me.
I'm really enjoy the food, and then people like you guys loving food.
yeah,
that is make me really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is give me energy like that.
Yeah, energy in, energy out.
Yes, it's the same thing. It's about just a different situation. Yeah.
How do you deal with it when you're in the weeds?
How do
Like when you have like way too many orders and you're just
Yes.
How do you deal with that? Let's get practical.
Yes, yeah. So at that time, at that moment, it just my brain just stop, and then I have to organize all information, and then I don't know. My brain is keep rolling, and then I try to make a kind of a deep fried one all together, make a portion and divide. Like
That's
that.
her flow state.
exactly.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we're
so
like 15
kind of
orders
5, 6
in.
5, 6
Dude.
order at one time, and then all fries, okay. But there is in the middle of there's a stir fried one, and then kimbap and sandwich. Holy!
Yeah. It feels impossible, right? But somehow you get through it.
So
Yeah,
did somebody teach you how to do all this stuff? Like, did you have at one point? Did you have like a mentor?
No, maybe my mother.
Your mother? Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
Tell them about your mom.
Yeah, my mom she run the restaurant in Korea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's over 40,
Whoa.
over 45 years. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of. She just retirement last year.
Oh, she retired last year.
Yeah, last
Nice.
year.
And she still lives in Korea? Or
Yeah, still live in Korea.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Right now she is 75. And
Oh, nice.
she enjoyed her life right now.
That's amazing. So the reason why I asked you that is like when it gets really hard, well, I don't know if it gets really hard. Like when you're getting like overstimulated, there's a lot of orders, there's a lot going on, blah, blah, blah. Do you ever is there something that you think about that kind of relaxes you? And then you're like, oh no, like sometimes I feel like when you get into a hard situation, you start,
Yes.
maybe this is personally, you're like, why am I doing this? Like, why the hell did I start doing this? And you get super self-doubtful and you're like, I could be taking photos right now. Why the hell am I here? Blah, 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 blah.
I'm pretty simple. Just
Right.
do.
Right, just
do.
do.
Yeah, just
So
do.
you don't think
Do.
about like,
Just do.
if it gets hard, you're like, oh, I remember this time that my mom told me it was going to be really hard. And you think about this like beautiful memory that gets you through that. You just do it.
Yeah, I'm just do it.
I wish that's so wicked. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah,
I-
so it's
Do you
one
know
of
what
those-
I was trying to say though? Like
yeah, like where you go to your safe
Where's your-
place? Where's
Yeah,
your, like your
exactly.
Zen spot?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like when it gets
Yeah.
really, and I think a lot of people fail when that happens. You know, like when they're trying something new for the first 2, 3, 4 years, they're like, it's too overwhelming. Fuck this. I'm out.
There's times when we have like 15 orders and I'm just looking at her like, oh, we're fucked.
Like fucked. Like
Yeah, like I don't know how we're gonna do all this in the next, because like 40 minutes is like a long time for a hungry person to wait.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have
I'm really
10
sorry for them.
over 10 orders, and you know everybody wants their food under
Okay,
40 minutes.
keep talking.
Yeah.
I
you can't
another
rush it.
customer.
Another one?
You're gonna
Yeah.
go again.
Okay. Okay.
Beauty.
Okay. See you soon. So yeah, it's one of those things where I look at her. She's my Zen spot. Cause like I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Aw,
oh
that's,
man,
yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do this. And I just look at her and she's like, I can see all the gears rolling in her head and stuff, how she's gonna get done. I'm like, I'm just so glad you're here right now, because I don't know how anybody would be able to handle this without freaking out and breaking down. And like at the end of it, everybody's got their orders, everybody's happy, and it's under like within 40 minutes. And I'm like, like it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her. I don't think. Like,
Do you think that like? Do you ever get like, because him and I always talk about this, because I have like a bad problem like worrying about shit.
I
I'm
worry
always worried.
I think that's part of men. Men
But
worry
this
a lot.
guy is not like that.
You don't worry?
Bro, this guy is the
Oh my
most
God, I
chill
will.
dude who's like
Deep
y-
down
go-
inside,
go
I
ahead.
definitely worry.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, you don't fucking
But-
show it, man. Like,
But I pause. I realize that like my emotions get ahead of me, and then I'm going to worry about stuff. And I try to stay now, just like she's saying. I think it's from working in kitchens, because when you're working a line and you're in the weeds and things are bad, the only people you want by your side are the people that are just going to put their heads down and do it. You know?
Dude, get it done.
If you want to be solution based, you can't worry about the problem. You just need to look ahead and just keep putting one foot in front of the other, right? So,
For sure.
Like if you're worrying, like maybe we always play music together, but he's less practically trained than the rest of the people that we play with. So he might worry that, like, I don't know, that you're not quite.
Like I'm not up to snuff or keeping the rhythm or some shit like that.
Right.
But it sounds good, and if you just get out of your head and stop worrying about it, it all works out, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just really good at pausing myself when I worry. But yeah, I worry like everybody. I think you're right. It is a guy thing. Like
It's funny because like it's like every time I worry, I worry a lot, and then after like a couple of months period of time, or even a couple of weeks period of time, you turn around, you look back at it, and you go, "That was just all that worry
What
was
did
for
I worry about?
nothing. It was
For
it's
nothing.
always for nothing,
Dude.
You know, it's like hindsight when you're like mad at a family member or something, you know, and then time passes, and then they'll pass, and then you sit there and you're like, why was I so upset and angry at that person and kept the conflict going when it was precious time being lost? You know what I mean? And we could have been focusing on fun memories instead of dwelling on this thing that happened so long ago that doesn't even matter anymore.
Oh man,
You know what I mean?
I think so many people go through that shit, dude.
Yeah.
So many people go through that shit for sure. 100%, man.
Yeah, so it's funny because like this whole place, like everything here is like the Field of Dreams. You ever seen that movie, Field of Dreams?
Oh,
Kevin
dude.
Costner,
Oh my God.
such
We
a
were just
huge Kevin
talking
Costner
about
fan.
it. Oh my, dude.
I just watched Bull Durham yesterday. I love that movie. Anything Costner from that period.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
literally like
Build
one of those
it and
things.
they will come,
It's one of
dude.
those things where it's like if you build it and you believe in your dreams.
Oh yeah, I did write that.
Frank
to you.
stock,
Yeah.
dude.
That's
we were going
so
to
right.
make, I wanted to do this thing like, do like a Woodstock kind of thing, but only for friends in my backyard.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, because I had heard this other couple in New York do it in upstate New York, and they had like a 3-day thing. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it at my house.
Yeah.
And Jesse sent me one of those memes where it's like just Kevin Costner, like,
Yeah, just wrote if you build it, then I send him a picture of Kevin Costner.
Right.
Because it's true. Like everybody's going to tell you that you're stupid with that idea.
for sure.
Until you do it and they come out and have the best time, and then they'll come every year.
Dude,
Yeah.
what's up with that? Like the non-believers, man, that just, I don't know what it is with people that are just don't want to entertain people's ideas, man. Like they're just, I don't necessarily think they're all like fucking haters or anything, but I love entertaining people's ideas. Like when my son comes up to me, he's like, Daddy, I want to be a fucking whatever. Like I want to ride a horse to space, dude. And I'd be like, yeah, man, how would you do that?
Yeah, get
And
a
he's
rainbow.
like, well, I would do this and then blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to invent, like it's,
That's great.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody has these dreams, you know what I mean? But like, how do you get people to like believe in it, man?
You just say yes.
Exactly.
I think you just got to be there.
Give a little positivity.
You got to be there with a little sign, and you got to inform people. Like,
True.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whoever invented the plate, you know what I mean? It came from his imagination. He made one. He used it himself, or she used it themselves. Right? They're like, this is great. I'm gonna make 6 more for my friends, and I'm just gonna keep pushing it on them until they see the value.
Yeah.
And then
That's weird. The
and then
plate.
they're gonna
Crazy.
show their friends, and the plate. Everybody eats off a plate now.
It's fucked up. I never thought about that.
You know what I
man.
mean? It's kind of like I always think of like your consciousness, right? Like we
Okay.
always wake up in the same body, right? So we're always
Okay.
waking up in the same avatar every day.
Yeah.
But our consciousness is kind of it's interesting because if you ever played with an RC car or a drone, you're taking your consciousness now and you're putting it into a different avatar. Right? And now that avatar has its own limitations, just like your human body did. But your consciousness is now controlling this new body, right? And your body has now become like ones and zeros. It's not doing anything, it's stagnant. But your mind is still actively controlling something else. Same when you play a video game, right? You're taking your consciousness
Yeah.
and you're putting it into an avatar in a different reality that's real because you're playing it. Right? And it makes you think, like, what is consciousness? What is reality? Because if we can distort our reality so quickly by just moving our consciousness into one avatar to another, it's like, okay, so if this is the reality that we're where we can put our consciousness into different avatars, then what is reality if you really think about it? Because it's only wherever your consciousness is, what you're focused on, right? So if you think about like AI and like Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is, right? Bitcoin is an algorithm, right? A blockchain that's completed by us, right? And then it's information that AI uses to keep itself intelligent, right? So in a way, we're kind of like already in the matrix because we are feeding this AI thing, which is human based, right? And it will outlive us, right? Like right now, we're carrying it in our palms, literally in our hands every day,
It's like a baby, dude.
right? And eventually,
It's so fucked up, dude.
I think
So
eventually
crazy.
it will hold us in its arms and
Yeah.
carry us through time and space as long as it can.
I always see these commercials for Grammarly. Have you seen these?
No.
Where it's like a AI assistant for professionals, right?
Yeah.
So it helps you write work emails and solve problems and do all that
Notes.
sort of stuff, whatever it is.
Oh, the assistants, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like
Asset.
watching it and I'm just like, it's so weird because it's like, it's helping you do your job, but you're just really training it to do your job in the future, right?
Yeah.
I just
The
don't
more
know.
questions and problems that you give it, you're training it. So it's technically cradling you by helping you with your job. But really, I think the broader thing is you're cradling it by feeding it, how do we do stuff? You know, what are the problems that we wrestle with? How do we get through them? What are the solutions that we end up choosing?
Like, what is the point of AI? That's the thing
Well-
that is that, like, I don't understand. Like, I do understand. I'm not, like, completely naive to this, but, like, I just don't understand the want of having AI.
I think
You know, like,
that-
what is the want? What is the
We-
why do I need something to be able to write something easier, faster, blah 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 blah? Like, I think it's a good thing to read books. I think it's a really good thing to know how to write an essay. I think it's a really good thing to understand what you're reading. I think
we might
that's
be
a good
little
thing.
addicted to convenience. It offers
mean,
a lot more than that, but I think
100%.
That
Like,
I would have about it.
it's great. Like, if I need to figure out how to, whatever. If I need to figure out how to build a certain valley on a roof, and I put the numbers in and whatever, ChatGPT or AI can show me, tell me, and it's weird because like dudes in construction are like, fuck AI, like fuck that shit. And I like, we were flooring a house one time and I put all the numbers in with one of the guys I work with, and it made out a flooring plan for us that was all random and shit and whatever, and we figured it out.
well, I think.
And it,
Sorry.
no,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So I just think like you got to look at AI kind of like Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin's paying you to find out all this information for AI, and it pays you a Bitcoin, right? So a part of you is getting paid for the hard work you did for AI's knowledge base, right? Like you're building AI's knowledge base by doing these algorithms to get paid Bitcoin. So you have an AI paying humans to do its learning for its training, right? And then what is AI? AI, I think, is like humanity. Humanity in a capsule that's never gonna die or fade away. It's our
So
knowledge.
like a time capsule?
It's kind of like us. That it's a way of putting humanity in a machine that's gonna carry us through the galaxy.
Yeah, but
through time.
what is this machine?
We're not just our knowledge, though. We're our
Yeah, man.
emotions, we're our faults, we're our failures,
and
we're
it-
all of those things.
And it's learning all those things through us, right? Like now it's listening to us.
But what is
but
it?
those are seen
What
as
is-
faults for it, aren't
Yeah, but
they?
that's-
They're like, it's here to correct those things for us in a way.
But what is this
Will it
it, right?
carry?
Like, it's not like AI is like a ball network.
I mean, what's your consciousness?
No, but that's
right?
what it's like. You know, in Neon Genesis Evangelion, when like that one fucking like lady comes out of space, and I haven't seen
Oh,
it in
at
a
the
long
end?
time,
Yeah.
and it's like this one woman who's just like
That's united consciousness of all
yeah,
humans.
but like, so it's like when AI, like, I don't think AI is this like one computer building database that's like, you know, there's a lot of companies involved in it, and a lot of, because the information's everywhere, right? And a lot of people will be, because it's weird. It's like
If
AI
they-
is making AI.
If
You know,
they
it's
learn
like,
from us, will they war?
but who is they?
Will they date?
But
will
who-
AIs date
but who is
because
they?
it's based on ours?
But AI is this-
government. government corporations are paying for all this, right? Like they're funding it all because
I mean, I don't know about that. I personally don't know if that's happening, but
Yeah, the U.S.
maybe.
What's it called? Operation
For sure.
Stargate, the new AI push that they're doing.
I have no idea.
well, you know about fusion engines, right? Like how close they are to actually having fusion engines working. So
No.
fusion engine is like you
I don't
put
know.
in like a microscopic or like a particle,
Okay.
and they turn that particle into like infinite fuel almost.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and there's no no radiation. There's no byproduct from it. It's just clean, pure energy from like atoms. Like we're
Wow.
taking atoms and splitting atoms and turning it into energy.
Okay.
So it takes no fuel to make this abundance energy that doesn't create any waste, any byproduct.
And they're on the brink of
They're
like,
so close,
I think
right?
that they did build one
Yeah.
engine.
I might
Yeah.
have heard about
Yeah.
something online
Things-
about that.
but it's not practical yet, and it's not replicable.
And then they
Proof of
have
concept.
nano steel that they're creating, which they're taking atoms of different steels and they're putting them together and making steels now that they could never make before that are like indestructible.
I saw
right?
they made clear wood so that they can stop, because making
What?
glass is really detrimental. Like it's
The
tough
what, sorry?
making glass. So now they can essentially take all the pigment out of wood and they can replace your window panes with
What the fuck?
It's crazy.
Clear
man.
see-through wood. Yeah, it's crazy.
So if you take all these technologies that we're working on, quantum computing, like every country is chasing this quantum computer to see who's got the best quantum computer, and you got like.
For what?
But I think
That's my big
progress.
question. Is like
To go to
yeah, but
outer
what the fuck
space.
is
just take us to places we can't go.
Oh yeah,
right?
but like
'Cause
Earth is radical, man.
I know.
Earth is so sick, and
It's
it's
crazy.
like, what the fuck are we doing?
But-
Worried about shit that like doesn't matter.
I think
Sorry.
we're realizing that there's solar flares can happen. There's a lot
Right.
of asteroids that could happen. There's a lot of variables that we
I don't know,
can't
man.
control. And if we can get ourselves out in outer space
yeah,
and mining asteroids and stuff,
but
where
we don't
there's-
know anything about outer space.
Oh, we
We've
know
been-
that we know a lot.
We just brought the
I mean-
first meteor back to Earth. Right?
Okay,
Where
so-
we captured an asteroid and brought it
Oh,
back.
did we?
But do you
didn't
think
know
they're
that,
going to be
yeah.
like the Transformers that know how to do everything in space, like live in space?
Our
Our bodies can't even be in space.
No.
Yeah, but no, but we could.
Our AI can.
Our AI could transfer
Our-
feeder colonies to other planets. Like we could launch something.
Bro, we can't even go to the moon.
yeah,
we-
but we're not people.
We've been to the moon once.
we could
just-
send sperm and eggs.
exactly.
Sure.
We could
But
send
what
sperm and
happens
eggs.
then?
What's that?
So we got
there was a
sperm
show
and-
about
We
it.
could freeze our sperm
Race
and
to
So we got
eggs.
Wolves.
sperm and eggs in a shuttle that goes into space and lands on a random rock
Have you
and
never
then
watched-
inseminates each other. Then it starts making babies
all by
Starts-
itself. The
yeah.
goo just flies and then
And then
goes
you
into
have
the-
an AI program that's in their
Alright.
brain. So you have like Android people
Yeah.
that are instantly intelligent, that know how to like build stuff and do stuff. They're super proactive because they have chips in their head, like
What the fuck?
Neuralink. They'll all have a Neuralink
Oh, yeah, and they'll
as
be-
fetus. So
Yeah.
when they come grow up, they'll probably be sped up in their growth too. Like humans
the-
might be able to do it. You know.
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. You know what? I like a theory of somehow having like androids on another planet. You know, like galaxies fucking super far away, and then shooting lasers with our uploaded consciousness into those. And that's how some people say that we're going to be able to achieve interstellar travel is by putting robots that like are
Humanoids.
humanoids that are like nothing, the atmosphere won't affect them, like they
Yep.
can just be wherever, but their consciousness gets uploaded to them through a laser. But we'd have to be able to upload our consciousness to that, so then your consciousness could literally travel, like physically your body
Well,
doesn't have to
there's a
travel,
big question in
but
there.
your shit can
Yeah,
travel.
there's a lot of questions
Like,
in there.
the
Like,
big
Yeah, but
question
you're-
for me, because I don't think that our consciousness exists in our body. I think that our body just acts like a transmitter. So
What?
I think that our consciousness probably is not a physical realm type of thing.
damn, I like that.
But
I
our
like that
bodies
thought.
are transmitters that are able to
receive our consciousness.
exactly.
Like,
So
where do you think we go when we sleep?
I think that we are wherever we are when we're awake. We just aren't tied. I think our senses
Dude, dreams are fucked,
blind
man.
us. Like
That's a whole new podcast.
Dude, yeah.
because what happens if you go into a
Dreams,
sleep
yeah.
deprivation tank, right? As soon as you
Yeah.
get rid of all of your sensory,
Like outside noise, man.
no
Yeah.
seeing, no smelling, no
That's
hearing, you get rid of all that sort of stuff.
That's why I'm
And
a
you start
git-
dreaming.
sorry.
Essentially, you start visualizing people who are in what's it called, isolation. They start having what do you call it, hallucinations,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so I
tripping
think,
out.
yeah. So I think that when you dream, you're probably just
Cabin fever.
experiencing a reality without the physical reality. You know what I mean? The ability of your consciousness to just roam free and do whatever the hell.
I definitely think like isolation and all that shit. When you get away from all the noise, that's why. Sorry, I was gonna rudely interrupt you, but
No,
like
go ahead.
the noise machines, just a little thing. I think they're fucking whack. I think noise machines need to get
Or
fucking
like sound machines for
I
sleeping.
hate
Like white noise.
I hate that shit, dude. It just interrupts your brain. It's almost like like you're just like I don't know. I think it's fucked up. Anyways, but like when you isolate yourself in that complete silence, man, crazy shit happens, man. Our brain is so insane. Like I was telling you, I quit smoking like a long time ago, or not a long time ago, 5 months ago, and I had my first smoking dream last night.
Oh damn. Did it make you want to smoke?
No,
Okay.
but when I was smoking in my dream, I was like, I need to start smoking again because No, man. It was amazing, and it felt like I was really smoking.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's like
what
a
is
wet
up?
dream, but for
Just-
smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Damn.
You know.
Oh.
It's just weird, man. Dreams are fucking weird.
They are.
Well, I mean, we're
weird.
It's
propelled
too
by
real.
desire, right? So
Yeah.
it makes sense that your dreams are gonna interact with all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is you're craving or wanting, or
That's why that you ever watch it? Yeah, I'm sure you watch Inception.
oh yeah,
Like that movie's trippy as fuck. Man.
Yeah.
And like when lucid dreaming too, I'm sure you guys have done a bit of lucid
Yeah.
dreaming. That's also intense, man. Like when you know you're dreaming and then all of a sudden the fucking dream, people's faces start melting and shit. Like because everything just starts breaking down. Like in that movie, it's like the
Yeah.
building starts
Yeah.
collapsing. They're like, he knows he's dreaming. The dream's gonna collapse, and that fucking happens, man. It's weird.
Crazy. All right, guys. Well,
Sorry.
it's almost been an hour.
Oh,
so,
sick.
Yeah.
wow, that was quick.
Time
That was
flies.
awesome, man. Yo,
So, what'd you
very-
guys think?
yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, this should come with every chicken meal.
Yeah,
Chicken meal on a podcast.
It
Oh
should be
my
like a
God.
24-hour podcast. You're always back here.
yeah. Yeah. We're fulfilling number 249 right now.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
So,
that's
to sign
funny.
off, tell everybody how they can find you guys if you want everybody to know
You
where
can't
are.
find me, but this was a lot of fun, guys. This is Jesse, and
I'm Franco at North Carpentry Projects on Instagram. That's about it.
All right, guys. Thank you so
Support
much
local.
for coming on my show, or
Yeah.
Chinese show. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, that was
fun
really
pod.
cool, man. Pretty random,
Yeah.
but totally awesome. It's the best chicken on the planet.
It is
Come and get it. It's
mind-bogglingly good.
I was
freaking
going to talk
good,
about
man.
this plant too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
actually.
was gonna
Oh,
say because
sad
you
boy.
brought the
Yeah.
plant.
So this is a loganberry. It's a blackberry and a raspberry combined.
Oh, nice.
What?
And and it's a
What
delicious.
does that look like?
It's a giant berry, like just a giant red berry.
Oh,
Delicious.
shit.
So what I'm gonna do is I took the ends of the berry and I put it in this pot, and the tips started growing roots, and then I cut it from my backyard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this plant, and me and Jenny are gonna make a podcast, and we're gonna plant it on a trail. There's like trails back here that go up to the houses and stuff. So we're gonna plant the loganberry on one of the trails, and it's kind of like a permaculture thing I'm doing. So like I've talked about like
So many projects.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Lots of pro. We got the
Very-
Nintendo Switch
we
2,
appreciate
TV,
all this.
UFC.
yeah.
Logan Bear.
Permaculture. Loganberries. Yeah, so we want to plant these for the wildlife and the local kids and stuff, and hopefully they take off. And I'm going to keep planting every spring and fall different food trees on the trails and try to get it so like we're not so dependent on loblaws or you know
Yeah,
they're
Western.
just ripping everybody off these
Brutal.
days.
dude.
They're raising prices on Canadians again, and food prices are going to get so crazy now because of our awesome government. So this is my attack against what is happening. It's just
Eh.
planting food, free food for people. So.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that's.
And raising consciousness.
There's like 4 other podcasts we could do talking about all this shit.
Okay,
man. It's
well,
crazy.
next
Love it.
time, guys.
Okay, man.
Great.
All right,
Thanks
thank you so much,
dude.
Take it
That was
easy.
awesome.
Thank you for watching my video. Stop by Roadhouse Korean Fried Chicken and get some fresh Korean fried chicken. Don't forget subscribe. Thank you.